going on? I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Still trying to set up everything, so bear with me. I'm just seeing if the dual stream will work or not. I don't know who's on vertical and who's on, let's see here. Okay, so some of you are on the vertical stream. Brian Robeson and Chu are on the vertical stream. And Vicky Pitts and Perry Martin and In Marsh are on the horizontal stream. So, let me see here. Maybe I can make it so everybody can talk to each other. Give me 1 second here to see if I can add a window. This will be fun. Hold on 1 sec. I don't know if I'm going to be able to add the window to it, and we're going to try. So bear with me. So, let's see here. Let's add a window on this one. Okay, I'm going to try the horizontal first to add the group chat. I don't know here. Let's see. Oh, it's going to want to do that whole thing again. Well, phooey. Cancel that out. So I didn't have it all set up before you guys showed up. You boogered me up. Alright, now let me condense this. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, I'm going to be checking some. I got some rolls from the bank Friday. I guess they said some granny showed up with a whole bunch of rolls that she had rolled up, and they were all Washington quarters, old ones. See, I don't even know what stream's talking to what. That's gonna be confusing. You talking about the little fire one on the horizontal stream? Yeah, I like the technical. Yeah, that's I made that with. That's like a whole separate scene that I did a fire background that I overlaid the picture of my webcam on it, and then took that whole scene and put it inside of another scene so I could keep the fire. I don't know if you been on some of my late night streams. I kind of do a little behind the scenes thing that kind of show how the whole operation, it gets really, really technical quickly. But I'll show you real quick the intro that I was working on. I can pop over to it real quick. This is the intro I was starting to piece together here. There was a lot involved with that. All right, let me see if I can put chat in here now. Let's see. We're gonna add a window, and why isn't it showing it? Okay, it's got it there, but it's not letting me show it. Well, you may just have to go with people not being able to. Oh, there you go. Brian Robeson just moved over to horizontal. But the input I wanted on the vertical was where I have it all positioned, because I wanted to make it a darker background on the bottom half, because I noticed anytime I watched a vertical stream, the chat itself kind of disappeared into whatever picture was behind it. So I wanted to make it dark enough that people could read the chat coming up through the vertical. So that's why I wanted to that's what I wanted to do. So I just wanted some feedback on that to see, and I have no idea why this chat isn't showing up here. But I'm gonna make it disappear because it should be there, but it's not. Because I'd like to have that integrated chat on both. That way, people from both streams could talk to each other. It looked okay on vertical. Cool. Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Because that's been the biggest complaint most people had was, you can't read the chat on vertical. So I kind of made that little template, making it dark on the bottom half. That way, because it's the same feed. If I move the quarter, vertical and horizontal get the same exact feed of the main cam, but the people on horizontal have a blue background and people on vertical have that dark red and black. So we're just going to roll with it. I'll move this double chat window over to my main screen so I can at least read what's going on. I just kind of won't have an idea of who's chatting from where, but at least I'll be able to read what's going on between people. So the last chat I have on horizontal is Brian Robeson, and last chat I have on vertical, I guess I could hold that there, is Chew saying, "Hey Lisa D." So we got Lisa D, Chew, Elizabeth Flood. They're all on the vertical, correct? And the horizontal has everybody else. All right, so let's look at some quarters. I'll show you a couple of them I'd already found. They're pretty cool. One of them had like 4 cracks all across it. I found 3 so far. Let's see here. What's this one? No. Oh, that isn't it either. I probably already lost them. All right, here's one. Yeah, here's one. So, golly, let me get rid of this thing here. Delete. Okay. So you can see on this one, we got a crack right here from the eagle's head, goes over to the wing, and then up into the OF all the way to the rim there. And then we got a crack that's coming up right here. It shifts over, keeps going up, goes up into S and T. It goes up into S and T right there. Hey, Fosters. And then on the bottom of it, I may need to turn down some of my lighting so you can see these better. Let me see here. Yeah, let me shift this one a little bit. There, that's better. Then you have one coming from right here on this leaf, shooting all the way over to the rim. And then on this side, you got one coming down from the wing all the way through R. And then you have one coming from the branch down through the... There's 5 separate cracks on that one coin. That's pretty cool find. That was one of the better ones that I found. But like I said, I got several to go through. I'm just going to kind of... Uh-oh, my chat disappeared. Where'd it go? Uh-oh, where'd my StreamBot chat go? There it is. Sweet. Foster's waves his hand. So yeah, on my main window in the program, the dual broadcast, I can read both chats. I just don't have a way to differentiate exactly who's in what chat yet. I haven't figured that part out. Baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. So when I'm looking at them, most of the cracks I find are, they call it the spitting eagle. So most of the time you'll find a crack somewhere from the beak, either going straight down, or I find a lot of them that shoot straight across. like that. I find a lot of other cracks. This little feather coming off the back of the head, I'll find a bunch of cracks going this way, sometimes going straight up. That's where a lot of them originate. And then I always look on both tips of the wings. Always some cracks there, and I do find a lot of cracks, you know, between D, O, L, and L coming straight down. I find a lot of cracks that way. You do find, occasionally you'll find doubling on these leaves here, or these leaves over here. I'll find doubling of sorts, but nothing on that one. So I just quickly cracking me up. Elizabeth Flo with the jokes. She got the jokes tonight. Oh, and I did find last night, I did find a W quarter. Finally, it's been so long. Finally found one. It's in pretty rough shape, but it's still a W. It's been a while since I had a W. And I guess we can look at some of these newer ones too. I haven't checked these yet. These Mary Edwards Walker quarters too. They you're looking for little die chips between C and E, or the E and N, or N to T. Whole bunch of them bunched up there. You're looking for a little bit of doubling here on the S, or the 5, or the 2. Doubling here in the hair. What's up, VMC? Looking for die chips over here on the star, or doubling on the star. I found machine doubling on these over here, but that one has none of them. Just check the obverse. Kind of crappy. I'm hoping to find one here. Just the way that quarter is, I bet it's a D mint. Yep. Just you could tell the difference in those. It's like they get better planchets than Philly. That's a pretty decent shape, though. I have found one single quarter that had a field restricted strike through. I say that, and I have no idea where it's at because I haven't. Hopefully, we'll come across one with a die chip in there. I'll show you. So that's where I'm looking. I'm looking at the scents, the hair, the star. You know, I may be passing up. If you're really, really, truly hunting, you'll search the entire reverse face of the coin. I'm just kind of going with odds for sake of speed of searching. So I'm just looking just to see if I see the plain old ones. Nah, it's not really. I mean, if you're doing them a lot, you kind of just memorize, hey, okay, look here, here, and here, and that's all you do. But like I've said many times before, what I'll do is I'll take I don't have my other cam going, but I'll make, so this is a piece of cardboard with like some of that sticky silicone matting on it. This one's only 6x6. So I'll take a piece like that and just put maybe 20 quarters on it and just look at all of them at the same time with an eye loop. Just real quick, up, down, up, down, up, down the rows. And you can search coins really, really fast that way. On this one, you're looking for a die chip in the ponytail right there. That's the only error I have found on the Tall Chief quarter. There's a die chip right there. So I'm just looking between cents on the star. If there's not a lot of marks on the face and stuff, I'll flip it over and look to see if it's a decent. So that's a decent keeper coin right there. Good fields. Look at that. One little mark on the cheek, but otherwise, that's a decent quarter. That I would make up a little collection or something for somebody with that quarter. Probably this one the same too. nice clean fields. Thanks, Fitty. Just experiment with it to see if it. So yeah, that's pretty decent looking quarter there too. So those would be some I'd save for somebody. Let's see here. And also, so like when I search a whole bunch of rolls really fast, I'll pull out all the shiny ones and put shiny recheck on them. So we'll check some shinies. I come back and just check all the errors or check everything all at once instead of trying to do them one at a time as I go. So here's the Celia Cruz. As you can tell, these all came straight from mint rolls. But on this one, I have found, yeah, it's whatever preference. I was only experimenting with the vertical smog to ask people how the chat looked over the dark little overlay that I put on there. So here you're looking for dye chips. I found dye chips right here on the scents, here at the bottom, and I have found some with a like feed finger lines going diagonal right through here. But those are the only errors I have found on that quarter so far. See that's right there at the mouth. Those are contact marks. Those aren't dye chips. So that one's gone. Got Washington crossing to Delaware. You're looking for dye chips here in the hat, the front or back, or what they call the hamburger. Hey, Colonel. What they call the hamburger dye chip or crown dye chip is one that goes from the front to the back and starts to go up into the E pluribus. There are some that are so big they go up into L, E, and P. They'll take over all that. I have found in the past dye chips on the back of the head here. Feed finger lines coming down here on the bottom. Die clash in front of the face. Miscellaneous dye chips anywhere in the wording here. I have found some with machine doubling in the letters here. And then the Philly Mint ones, you always want to look right here between the ponytail and the little bow. You'll find various sizes of dye chips there. Actually, I probably just need to pull out. Hold on a minute. Let me grab one of my boxes of errors and I'll show you. I'll show you what they actually look like instead of just sitting and explaining them. So let's see here. So I make little cardboard boxes to hold all these. Let's see here, 2S. I have no idea. 25, 25. This is C chip. All right, so here's one of the. So right there, this one has the. This one has the die chip right here between the C and the E. So in my little notations, I call that the C chip. So I got a little label, a whole bunch of the quarters with C chip on it. I probably need to get that microscope even closer. So let's see here. Oh, here's one that says 25 cents. This is probably the Celia Cruz quarter. No, let's see here. Let's see what errors this one has. Okay, look right there on the S. Right here on the outside of that S. See the doubling? Yep. That's the S doubling right there. I gotta turn these lights down. I gotta give you all a better look at that. I need to actually invest in I need to invest in a good microscope. Anybody out there got any suggestions for an actual good coin scope instead of like one of these little pluggable USB ones that I'm using? Yeah, so that's the doubling on there. But I've got some that the doubling actually goes up into the 5 and the A of America there. Let's see here. You know what? I'll save that one for a giveaway right there. Let's see. This one says 25. So those of you that have been in my streams before, so when I get a whole box of quarters and it's all the same quarter, I'll pull out all of the rolls that have heads showing, that you can't tell what the quarter actually is. And I'll go through all those. So this one here, yeah, I need a good, I don't know either, man. They get real pricey. I know that much. So this one's got a die chip between the C and the E and the E and the N. I think y'all can see that right there. So that's my incandescent light off, and then my incandescent light on. So there's the C and the E, and the E and the N, and nothing else on that. So that's those chips on that one. Then you have, what's this one? I don't even know why I got this one out. We'll see here. I mean, those are some shiny ass quarters. I probably haven't even looked at these yet. It's probably, I got it in this row. Oh no, wait, that actually has a die chip starting on the nose. You can see it right there. So that's a real early stage die chip. See the little faint circle right there? That's the beginning of a die chip. That's the beginning of the die chip that I gave away the other night. Or some, I think it was Lisa D's quarters. Somebody had one that had a huge die chip on the nose. That's the beginning stage of that die chip. Who had it, I don't know. Let's see here. Here's the Patsy Mink quarter. Yeah, it's not showing up very well on here. You can kind of see it. This one, you got to kind of tilt the quarter sideways. But if you look right, starting here, oh, it almost runs with the line of that shadow. There's a die crack that goes from here all the way down. You can see it pop back out right here. So that goes all the way down. And then on some of the other quarters I found, there's a die crack that starts right about here and goes out to the elbow. And then I found some of them that the two cracks actually meet up together at the elbow and go out to the edge of the coin. So definitely, if you come across some of those, that's what you want to look for. I can't believe, has anybody seen any of those, the last of the 2024s where the that Indian woman? Okay, there's one. You can see it on the bottom of the elbow. Right there. You see that line going this way? Just above the O. That's that other crack I was talking about that'll go to the outside of the... Yeah, I don't even remember the name of that one, Foster's. Whatever her name was. But she, let's see here. It might be in this stack here. I've only found a couple of those in circulation. Hold on here. Yeah, tonight was just a night I'm like, that's all the errors so far I've pulled out of tonight. You know, and I try to pull out the best examples. Because, you know, those are the ones that I'll use as giveaways and stuff. You know, if they're all beat up, I don't keep them. Try not to, anyway. But I don't remember what her name was. Let's see what that one's got on it. So there's one of those Apostle Islands. Talking about the die chips you can see at the top. I've seen this die chip be so large that it totally encompasses both of these trees, starts taking over this tree, and then goes over the edge here. And then you want to look under the kayaker's arm. Yeah, there's a starter one too. You want to look right here. That's a small one. Sometimes it looks like he's carrying a suitcase right there. But that's another one you want to look for on the Apostle. This one, I'd say more than 50% of the coins I come across on this Apostle Island has an error. So you definitely want to keep those in mind. Everybody has seen this one, obviously, the extra cactus air. That's a pretty big version of it. But right there is the artist's initials, JTM. That little extra piece that's covering part of the initials. And then you want to also look over here. Sometimes there's a die chip here in the date as well. Oh, yeah. I got quite a few of those to do. Let's see what we got here. What's this one? Okay, you can just see it in the light. This is the Eleanor Roosevelt quarter. You want to look behind the scales right here. You can see the feed finger lines behind the scale, kind of going diagonal. You also want to look on this quarter for a die chip right here at the front of the hat. And a lot of times you'll see a die crack starting here in of. That'll go all the way down through the hat and into her hair and partially into the face. Look for die chips on her cheeks. And sometimes you will find machine doubling here in unum. So you want to look for those. Let's see here. I may have to go get a roll of that Indian lady and open it up. We can open it up and take a look at them. I had it with me last night as I was going through quarters last night trying to roll everything up, and then I remembered the banks. There she is. Then I remembered the banks were closed. Here's that Indian. Now this one, when you get it, you want to look for. So this one only has a little die chip right there in the bird. Right there in the main body of the bird. You can see it like right behind his head. I say his. It might be a ladybird. Who knows? But right there. That's a little die chip. And then you want to look. This little diamond here out by her shoulder. I have found tons of them with massive die chips on this. And you want to look for die chips on this little belt buckle. I found a lot as well. And I have found some. Machine doubling here in the activist, composer, and all that on that one. Yeah, but I found maybe three or four of those in circulation so far. I mean, it's like that coin was barely out, and then they're already issuing the next quarter. So like, dang, man. Kanaka Ole quarters. You guys have already seen all those airs with the grease-filled dies on the lettering. There's one on that K and the A. But you want to check the reverse. The K and the A and the N, I have found a lot. Look for small chips on either nostril. And then a large die chip there under the of. And between the of and that mountain. And then obviously some nose chips. Every women's quarter, look for nose chips, or mouth chip. I don't know. It seems to be something that plagues the design on that for some reason. I don't know why. Here's a San Antonio. You want to look for the big die chip. Obviously, you can see that right there. That's the main die chip you'll find on this one. I always look on the ends of each of the cross here. Hooday! I smell a hooday! And then look at the big wave here. You'll find die chips there as well. So that one's got both of them actually. Pretty decent condition. I mean, not too bad. You know, fields aren't all beat up, so still a good one. Let's see what this one's got. But I'm gonna fire up Nightbot here real quick, and we'll give away that doubled S quarter there that you saw me do. I think I have actually a Nightbot dock. Let's see here. You guys won't be able to see it though. All right. I'll just give you a shot of my screen just to verify so you'll see who the winner is. But I'm not opening up a whole window. I'm just going to do a dock here for me. What is it doing? God, this stupid thing. A dock that doesn't want to work, you know, of course. Alright, we're going with a window. Screw it. Alright, Pickerbot. In 1 second, I'm going to fire up Nightbot. We'll do a giveaway. Only way we're going to be able to do it. Because my other one isn't working. And the keyword's going to be double. Once I get Nightbot fired up, keyword will be double. Giveaways, keyword. Alright. And let's see here. You can still hear me. Yep. Alright, properties. There you go. You can see that one, right? Yep. We're going to go double as the keyword. Keyword giveaway. Next. Next. Everybody's eligible. DOUBLNE. Good luck, everybody. Enmarsh, VMC, Smog, David Carlisle. Alright, let's gather names. Good luck. Let me see here. What other ones I got? I wasn't expecting a bunch of people to jump in. I was gonna look at some stuff under the scope. What we got here? Oh, and I did find a 2011 proof. Pretty beat up. It's been in circulation a while. But you don't find many 2011 coins in general. But I found that proof coin too yesterday. Along with that W. Pretty cool. Alright, how many entries we got? 16 people? That's probably about how many are here. I'm sure. Let's pick us a winner. Good luck, everybody. This will be for the this mint. It'll be for this coin here that you just saw. The doubled S, Mary Edwards Walker. It'll be for that coin. And 17 entries. Somebody just got in. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's grab us a winner. Colonel's collecting and detecting. Let me throw that in a 2x2. Congratulations, sir. I assume you're still here. There you go. 2001 Maryland the other day, roll searching. Was that a hard find for you? Or are you talking about a proof that you found? I like finding those proof ones. You know, it's just something you don't find every day. All right, Colonel, I got you 2x2'd up with your Mary Edwards Walker double. Congrats on that. All right, I'm gonna grab a couple more of these Washingtons and just buzz through them, see if we find something cool. Who knows? Find us a crack. See, I just do a quick scan, top, bottom, side. Looking for it, nothing. And then before I actually dump them all, I'll look at the obverse real quick too, as well. I may have to kill one of these lights here. Let's see. Let me try this other one. I got 3 sets of lights all shining down. That's better. That's a little better. I can see the difference popping up. Now I can't see chat. Golly, here we go. I'm going to bed early tonight too. Tupac, man, he rolls with them streams, don't he? He's West Coasting it though. I'm worn out towards the end of those, man. I was like, dang, he's got 3 hours on me right now. I can't keep my eyelids open. Smog the Magnificent can Namaste Forgetmenot see this in chat. I can see it in chat. What's up? Forgetmenot answered when I came in. I've been talking about you. Can you not hear me? Tupac? Can you hear me? I've been sitting there talking about you since you came in. I can see you. There's a right there is the spinning eagle. See it coming off the beak, going straight down. There it is. That's got a spinning eagle on it. I don't know if you can hear me, Smog. Hooty hoot, everyone, and see. Oh, now you can. All right. I was just talking about how you're rolling on the West Coast, and us East Coasters can't keep up those late streams. I was like, I'm trying to keep my eyes open, and I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm tapping out. I can't do it. Didn't see it, just checking. I went to the bank Friday and they said some grandma came in with handfuls of rolled quarters. So I was like, well, give them to me. I'll take a look at them. So I'm just checking the backs of them for cracks real quick. Any substantial, like one of the first ones I grabbed, it had five separate die cracks on the back of it. I was like, dang, that's a good find. So I'm just, just doing a quick check. Something that's obvious. I'm not going to sit and check them all with an eye loop. Look for the spinning horse, the ones off tip of the wing, some doubling, anything I can, something quick we can pull out and use as a giveaway, or see that's all beat up. Use something as a giveaway, or never know, we might come across something really cool. Boy, that one's seen better days. Ugh, that hurts. Freaking awesome. I still can't believe you found that old nickel, man. That would be such a cool find. That'd be really awesome. Yeah. Not finding much, man. What, I get lucky on my first couple of quarters and that was it, huh? No doubling, no nothing here. Yes, if anybody's, hey Dagger, if anybody's got some good recommendations on a scope that isn't isn't going to cost me as much as a car. I'd like to, I want something a little bit better than this one. I mean, this one does its job. A little step up from this one, I guess, would be nice. I don't know if there's a step up. Hey, Cammy, did you get the letter I sent you yet or no? That was what, last week I sent that? You live close enough. You should have gotten it, maybe, hopefully, by now. Nothing. Nothing. And you'll find a lot of machine doubling in the word unum on a lot of these. Well, the nicer ones that aren't, like this one's completely worn out. Yeah, it did, didn't it? And I could drive to where you live in less than a half a day. That's what I don't get. And it takes a week for the mail to get there. I don't understand that. Skinny neck. Nothing. Get the real cheap ones to show it backwards and then you fix. Only you, freaky. Only you. I do projects like that though. When I'm bored, I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do to this to. Let me see what I can do to this to quote unquote improve it. Nothing. Well, I got dropping. I'm gonna do some more test mail to Canada. I got a little tester, one for you, Elizabeth, and one for Dennis. Shooting all the way to the other side to see how long it takes to get there before I start sending all your stuff. Figured I'd send a couple smaller envelopes first, just to make sure. Yeah, and he's across the country. It's the Atlanta system, man. They stink. That processing center in Union or South Atlanta or Union City or wherever it's at is horrible. That's just terrible. Well, I guess it's kind of like the one in Detroit. Ron Pierce is telling me it's real bad up there at his distribution. Oh, come on, Houday. You better Google that. It's on all of our coins. 50% manned. What's the other half? Wool manned or robot? Whole bunch of nothing. I guess I got lucky on that first one. There's that first one I was talking about. No, it isn't. See, I already lost that first one I showed you guys. Get that one? No. That's how organized I am. I've already lost my awesome one. No, it's right there. They're on top of my phone. Empty positions and shorthanded. And they say people are looking for jobs. Whatever. Post office probably has some good benefits, I'm sure. They'd have to. There's a die crack there going through the O. From the D to the O. Right there. With the branch down into the O. Found one. Yay. We found one. Here, I'll do a quick giveaway. I'll give that one away. Let's go back over to our picker bot. We'll give it away. We had train die dagger. It's a train die. Train die. Train die. This one's open to everyone except for Colonel, because he's already won one. I'll give that one away right there. So close. All you gotta do is just talk and chat. I'm just gonna do general giveaway Activity in chat will count you in. Next. Active in 2 minutes. 2 minutes of activity, and I'm choosing. Done. There you go. Chat away. And let me staple that up. Yeah, that's one of the key spots. Like if when I'm looking at them real fast, dagger, I'll just do front of the head, back of the head, top of both wings, bottom of both wings. Because that's the majority of the time. That's where I find those cracks. So I'm just kind of playing percentages on that. Pretty much, that's it. So let me write this down. Die crack, branch through O. Branch through O. I don't even see what year it was. It is a 1997 P. Alright, let's grab us a winner, and you will get this coin I just found. Here we go. Good luck. Dagger cards. Right there. How about that? There you go, Dagger. Congrats. Quick and easy. 97 die branch, die crack through O. There you go, Dagger. Congrats. Congrats to you. Let's continue. Quick and easy giveaway. Bam blammo. Bammo blammo. Alright. Did you figure out what it meant yet, Houday? Did you Google it? Brown sugar. I already emailed you and told you got one coming. Oh, I thought I saw something there on the Q and the U. Nothing. Daniel G. Bishop. What's up, man? Where the crack at, man? Where the crack at? You can pretty much judge how good the quarter is by just the condition of right here. If that's all smooth and more, that's the highest point on the reverse. So if you still got a lot of good detail there, the obverse should be nice. But, you know, that one isn't because it wasn't. You know, worn out. You can tell right there. Worn out. What we got going on there? Look like a die chip in there, but it's not. Thought it was. No. And some of them you'll see actually that crack going up through here will go all the way down this wing. And sometimes like split off out here somewhere. Or it'll jump up into U and N. That one doesn't have it. That one don't have it. That looks like a little bit of a crack coming off the end of that tip of that wing right there. Just a little bit. Can y'all see it going to the edge there? Just a little bit of a crack. Not much. Not much. Yeah, exactly. It's just I guess it's a weak spot on the die. I guess. All right. Let's get us a good one pop up here. There's the spitting eagle again. See it right there coming down out of off the beak. Spitting eagle air. Right there. Decent. And it looks like there's another. When I twist it, it almost looks like there's another crack coming straight off the. Like straight down from the M of unum. You can faintly see. Let me grab the loop here. Looks like there's another big crack there. Take a look. Oh, it's a scratch. Actually, they're both scratches. That one was not a die chip or a die crack. Looked like it under the scope, but it was not. Kind of looked man-made there, I think. Maybe someone trying to do a spitting eagle. Oh, dang, here's the next one I just grabbed. Has one on it? Hold on. That's another. That's another one that's got a slice on it. Perfectly positioned. That was not the spitting eagle. But it was perfectly in the right spot. Hey, Ronnie Adventures. The M's almost gone on that one. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Yep. We're just checking out some old Washington quarters there, Ronnie Adventures. Let's see, I think that one may have a. Just see if there's any die cracks or obvious doubling or something we can, kind of pick out real quick. Just to, give them away. You never know what you'll find. And then when I get off the stream, I'll actually, before I dump all these, I'll look at the obverse of every single one of them. It'd kill me if, to come find out I gave away something. It was like a split die or major die error that I just kind of tossed back in the bag because I didn't check both sides of the coin. I mean, that's like rule number one when you're searching coins is to look at both sides. Because how you gonna know if you have a double tails or double heads if you didn't check the other side? Right. So, man, they haven't found crap. What's up with that? This one's got a little luster to it. Decent. Let's check out the other side. What we got here? All scratched up. All scratched up. If y'all want me to show you some more of those airs, I got a whole pile of air coins over here. I can go through and show you different airs on them if you want. Just have to give me a second to go pull them out. Smog's still glowing from his uh-oh, crack above the O on the last one, and I just do it in a pile. Crap. The O of or the O down here. I don't know which one it was. Hold on. No. So was it that real shiny one I was looking at? This one? was that one? Well, I got a whole pile here that I'd have to go through all of them just to find it. Let's see here. This one. That's it. That's yours, JP. Nice call. I didn't even see it. Let me look at it under the... I can't believe I found it. And you saw it. It sure does. It goes almost to the branch. Let's see if I can get a zoom in here. Yeah, see, I got this. I broke the mount to this thing, so... He saw that. Good job. That's yours, man. I'll put it in a flip. Almost goes to the branch. Nice eyes. Let me flip it up for you. So you're paying more attention than I am. I need a who day right here. Yeah, it was a nice catch. Awesome. It's yours. Right there, who day. I'm going to call this one Eagle Eyes Who Day. Eagle Eye Who Day. There you go. Eagle Eye Who Day. That's yours. I didn't see it. You got it, bro. You saw it. You found it. You just zoom back over here. You're the one with the eagle eyes. You're the one that saw it. There's another one. Next coin I grabbed. Let's see. Yep. From the branch down to the top of the O on that one. So, chat it up. That'll be the next one to give away right there. It goes from the branch right to the top of the O. So we'll give that one away. Let me get this pile out of my way here. We'll give that one away. Oop. All right, let me set her up. X out of here. Refresh. All right. Live chat. All right, it's collecting names. It is collecting names. Right now it's got 2. Do I have it set up right? Let's see here. I thought I had it just giveaway. Next, chat. Active chat. Next 2 minutes. Here we go. It's collecting now. Robert Worley. Richard Metcalf. There it is. Cool. There it goes. And that'll be for this one. Good luck to everybody. This is a crack. And it is a 1998. Kind of faded there on the 8. 1998 Philly. You know, circulated obverse, but it's nice. So 1998 P. Die crack. O of dollar. And we'll pick us a winner. How many entries we got? 16. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Open to everyone that hasn't won something yet. Smog. Smog gets it. Congrats to you, Smog. I'm sure he's still here. I saw him chatting. Where you at, Smog? Uh-oh, there he is. You got it. You got it. Congrats, bro. That's 98 crack O of dollar. Smog. Right there. Congrats. That's yours. Let's see what we got. Oh, my light go away from me here. Hold on. Turn my light up. So, I mean, as you can tell, you know, a lot of them are going to be down here in the dollar. It's a common spot for them. I'd like to find another one going across the top of the coin. That'd be pretty cool. What? Almost looks like a little die chip there on the L, but I think it's just damage. It's just damage. Well, who's gonna be the next? What's gonna be the next lucky giveaway here? Let's see. Can I watch? Let me try. Can I operate the scope? Hey, what's this button do? Nothing. Nothing. Let's see here. Let me go to this side. Maybe we got something cool over here. Let's check these coins out. I think I pulled these. I think I pulled these out just they were shinier. They were like the first shiny ones I grabbed. Maybe they got a good air or something on them. We'll see. Nope. What's that? Like when I comment on Tupac's videos, show me the shiny. I like shiny coins. It looks like it's got a little, almost some strike through grease right there at the bottom. I don't know here. Yeah, I might be pushing it. See it? Is that one? Let me see. Or is that a scratch? Let me see. Is that a spitting eagle or is it a scratch? It is a scratch. Dang it. Oh well. Thought it was a nice one. That's a decent looking quarter there. See all the detail in those. All the detail in the neck feathers still. Now, you know, the letters look like it's got a nice crisp strike to it. That might be a decent coin. Yeah, it is. Not too bad. Looks like some machine doubling there on Trust. A little bit. Eagle cleavage. Let's zoom this in some more here. Let's see. I think I was just seeing stuff. There might be a little bit there. See, that's what I don't like about this scope. It's like the shadows of it will throw you off. It's plus I got it kind of like taped to a piece of wood because I broke the holder. Yeah, mine are too, Elizabeth. I've got, dang, that's shiny. That's a nice looking state quarter there. Wow. Mine are too. I've got different levels of light all around me to kind of try to offset what other light's doing to me here. Yeah, there's no airs. Those are all just shiny quarters there. Let me, give me a second. I'm going to go grab a stack of air coins. We'll take a look at them. See if we can find some good ones. Alright. What we got here? These are just, like when I'm searching, I'll just throw them in a tube. And so I haven't like really looked, but we'll see what cool ones we got in here. Are they all women's quarters? Yeah, so that one's got the, so this is obviously the Harper's Ferry. So you want to look for the, this one's known to have a lot of dye chips right here on the front of the building, right up here, and right here, and right here, and then a lot of times here on this back corner, right there, you'll see dye chips. And doubling inside the windows there, if the coin is dirty, you're looking for doubling inside of like these first sets of windows right here, like these 4 and these 3. Right there is where you'll find the doubled windows air. Lucky Crucky! What's up, man? Doing alright? Yeah, we're just looking at some errors and stuff. I'm just goofing around, actually. Ooh, there's a big dye chip on the mouth. Look at that one. Wow. Big ol', they call that the drooling George. They're big ol'. And on these man killer ones, you'll get some that'll have cracks going all the way down into the cheek, all the way out into here, or a crack that'll go from here up into the nose and over. So keep an eye out for those. There's so many errors. That's a pretty good condition quarter right there. Not a lot of marks on it. That's a nice one. What we got here? Obviously, there's a lot of dye chips here on the back of the hair, on top of the head here. You look for the dye clash right here. There's a big old nose chip right there on that one. It's probably got the same thing, probably a nose chip or something there. Decent, some decent quarters. There's the dye chip in the back of the hair right there. Right there's a small chip, but that'll get big. That'll go all the way up into here. You may find some go up into there, and then you'll look for dye cracks. So a lot of times that chip will turn into a crack that goes all the way across the top of the hair, and that's where it splits up and out and turns into that hair flip dye chip deal. There's an early stage chip on the nose, Sally Ride. Just a small one. Just a small one we got here. think that's just a nice looking shiny quarter. I don't think I would have had an error on it. I don't think it had an error. There's a hat die chip right there. So there's your I call that the rear hat. So sometimes you'll see that same chip over here in the front. Sometimes you'll see it merged all the way together. I'll use that one as a giveaway. There's the Maya Angelou. Damn, these are all nice condition coins here. Must have set these to the side. There's the Julian George on the Maya Angelou quarter. Pretty common. Like I said, it's and then you can see the die crack. Let me get the right light on it. Alright. You can see where it goes. Starts right there, comes all the way up into the neck. It's kind of a shadow. That's a die crack on the Jovita Idar quarter. Try to get it in a better light. You can kind of see it a little bit right there. This is why I want a better scope. There it is. But you'll have it right there in the front, and I've also seen cracks coming in like right in here, like towards the middle, doing the same thing. They kind of go up and over towards the front. Look for them. Obviously, here's your extra cactus, I'm sure. Yeah, there's one. There's another one. Yeah, you know, right there at the bottom of the cactus. That's a common find. If you search a lot of quarters, you're definitely going to find one of those. You will definitely find one. There's a spitting horse crack that goes from the mouth down into the letter A, over into C, and then down to the R. You can see that one. Dang, it almost looks like a crack goes all the way down into those initials, but I think that's a scratch. Goes down there. Here's the old famous extra claw. There's so many variations of this one, it's crazy. You see how that first claw's kind of got a lump on it? You'll see that there, then two more claws in, but you always want to look. Yeah, you got that error, but you always want to look at the Great Land. Sometimes there'll be die chips between all the lettering there. So that's, you want to look for that extra die chip on those. I don't know if this one's got one or not. Yeah, between the A and the N right there. See it? That die chip. You want to look for those as well with the extra claw. So you got a die chip between the A and the N, and you have the extra claw error as well. Almost got a little one between the L and the A as well. Just a little chip. And then look up between the E and the A of great. There's a die chip at the bottom of those two. And there's a die chip on top of the A at the T. There's a lot of chips on that one. Dang. That's a good one there. I didn't even see that one. Yep, die chip on the A, between the E and the A, between the A and the N, and the extra claw. Wow. That's a lot of chips. Man, I've set that one to the side. Oh, here's another one. Let's see what we got. Big old lumpy claw. And there's a die chip between the E and the A as well on that one. I'll give that one away too. Let's see what all. See you, Colonel. Then here's Bessie Coleman die chip on top of the plane. On top of the wing. That's a big one. That's a large one there. Pretty good one. Yeah, I'm getting tired myself. I guess we'll go ahead and do a giveaway here at the end. Small little die chip on the end of the wing there. Yeah, you never know. A little chip on the just the edge of the wing, but I think that's a really good condition coin. Look at that. Yep. That's in good condition. See, I like finding them like that. A nice looking coin with the air. Not something that's like totally beat up. Alright, let me find one more here. Let's see if this one's got doubling. Alright, this one's got doubling in the windows, so we'll see if we can zoom it in. See if I can get you a good shot of it. Uh-oh. So you're looking at, before I hold it just right, you want to look at these windows right here. These two. It's a 1, 2, third one over. Those two. But I'm going to try to zoom it in and see the little bit of extra. Get the light just right. You see the extra little bit of in the top left corners of them? It's just those two. That's the doubling of the window air. I think they said there's like, yeah, I know, you go cross-eyed looking for it. That's about as good as I can get it. It's the two right above the corner of the door. And then the two above it have a little bit. Block this. I don't know, I'm about to do a giveaway. You might win. But I'll give that one away too. So I'll do a EOS. You'll get all three of those. You'll get the Washington. The Washington with the chip there in the back of the hat. You'll get that one. You will get the extra claw right there with the chip between the E and the A. And you will get the doubled windows that makes you go cross-eyed. And I wish I could show it to you better. Let me turn on the light, maybe it'll help. It does not. Trust me, it's there. It's there. Alright, let's go back to our bot. This is open to everybody. Open to everybody. And the keyword will be EOS. Let me refresh. And good luck. And thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I know. I'm stopping by. Block this. I definitely want to see it. Keyword giveaway. Next. Next. Keyword will be EONS if I can find my key EE board. You know what? Forget EOS. Just type in chat. Because I can't, my keyboard's back behind me. We're just going to do regular, be chatting in the next 3 minutes. EOS will count. It'll count. 3 minutes. It'll pick up EOS. You can put EOS, put chat, put anything you want. I'm going to put these air quarters back on this tube. Those were nice ones. And then I'm going to spend the rest of my night packing more envelopes. And congratulations to Smog Eagle Eye, Houday, Dagger, and Colonel from the previous wins. And I'll put all these together. You get all three of them. Just feeling it. Oh, we got to pick up some more people, huh? Did anybody stay on the vertical? I can't tell. Let's see. Oh, some people stayed on vertical. Brown Sugar did. Crazy Jim. So, does it pick up Brown Sugar, Crazy Jim, and Lisa D? Does it pick you up in the bot over here? Let's see. That's one thing I need to see. Does it pick you up from vertical? Does it pick you up into the picker bot? Let's see here. Vertical. Picker bot. I don't think it does. So people in vertical might not be entering the contest. No, wait, no, Lisa D's name's in there. Okay, I guess it does pick them up. You're saying no, it does not, pointing around? I've got her name in the giveaway, but I don't see her in this chat, but I see her in the other chat, and her name is in the giveaway. And Crazy Jim's in the giveaway. So I guess Nightbot is picking you guys up. Alright, 21 entries. Let's do it. I don't know how it does it either, but I see her in vertical chat, and she is on the giveaway here. So good luck, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Houday is a winner again. Houday. Claim it. And it's coming. Congrats. Houday likes them airs. He cleans up on them airs. Congrats. And thanks for hanging out for a quickie stream. I gotta get back to stuffing envelopes. Uh-oh. Houday leave? Nah, he's here. Alright. I appreciate it, people. Thanks for stopping in. Catch you on the next one. Don't know when that'll be. I gotta catch up on mailings first. Peace out. Love y'all. Show some love to somebody. Be nice to people. It's a lot easier. Have a good night.